All right, we need to talk, because what's been happening in the world of AI isn't just another news cycle, it's a fundamental shift. So forget all the hype and the noise, we're about to break down what's really going on. And it all kicks off with a few bombshells that pretty much nobody saw coming.
So it starts with this, a code read inside OpenAI. Yeah, the company that basically started this whole revolution. That's a signal of some serious, intense pressure. It turns out the competition is heating up in ways that even they weren't ready for.
And then, this happened. NVIDIA, the undisputed king of AI chips, the company that seemed untouchable, lost $600 billion in one day. That's the biggest single-day loss in the history of the stock market. Just gone. It's a massive crack in the foundation of the AI hardware market.
And to top it all off, the move that really blindsided everyone, Google. The company so many people had written off as falling behind just quietly dropped a new model, and it's beating what was supposed to be OpenAI's next masterpiece on almost every single benchmark. It looks like the king has a serious challenger on its hands. So what in the world does all of this mean? It means the game is completely changed. This isn't just another update. Think of this as your official AI report card for 2025. We're going to cover who's really winning, the moments it actually mattered, and, most importantly, what you need to know for what's about to happen next. Now, what's really wild is that this exact scenario was predicted over a year ago. It was in a report called AI 2027. And get this, it was co-authored by a researcher who actually left OpenAI, walking away from millions of dollars in equity just so he could publish his warnings. So let's grade the prophecy. Let's see just how right they were.
The most jaw-dropping prediction was about coding automation. Just look at the speed of this progress. In January 2024, the very best AI could only handle about 4% of a standard software engineering test. Fast forward to the end of 2025, and Claude is hitting almost 81%. No, that's not a typo. From 4% to over 80% in less than 2 years. That's not just progress. That's a revolution in how software is made.
And it wasn't just coding. The report predicted AI agents would start showing up in the workforce. And boom, they did. We got tools like ChatGPT Operator and Perplexity's agentic browser. They said China would stay competitive, and a company called DeepSeek proved them right in a huge way. And they warned that real job displacement would begin, which we saw with the biggest layoff in Indian IT history. So yeah, the report was scarily accurate. Kind of makes you wonder what else they got right, doesn't it? Okay, so with that as the backdrop, let's get into the year itself. We're counting down the 5 biggest moments that completely flipped the script on AI in 2025.
Coming in at number 5 is the coding agent explosion. This market just went nuclear. You've got Cursor hitting a $9 billion valuation, and you've got the insane story of a company called Windsurf. OpenAI tried to buy them for $3 billion, Microsoft blocked the deal, and then Google just swooped in and hired the entire team for $2.4 billion. All of that happened in 72 hours. That's how critical this space has become.
At number 4, we saw the arrival of true reasoning models. Now, these aren't just your typical AIs that spot patterns in data. No, these are AIs that can actually think through a problem, step by step, almost like a person would. An AI won a gold medal at the International Math Olympiad. It even started coming up with brand new mathematical proofs. But here's the part that really changes everything. Google is now using these thinking AIs to train the next generation of models. Just let that sink in. AI is now actively teaching and improving AI. The implications are just staggering.
Number 3 is the humanoid robot race. And this is not just some side project for Tesla anymore. Just look at this chart. The market is projected to skyrocket from about $2.4 billion today to a mind-blowing $113 billion by 2033. That's an explosion. We've got Figure AI's robots already working in BMW factories, and a Chinese company has robots in car plants that cost just $16,000 a piece. It's happening.
The number 2 moment was a tough one. Indian IT got its wake-up call. The tech giant TCS announced the largest layoff in the sector's history. And this wasn't just entry-level jobs. It hit middle and senior management roles the hardest. Analysts are now saying that up to 500,000 IT jobs in India are at risk in the next few years. It's a stark reminder that AI's impact is no longer a what if, it's a right now.
And that brings us to the number 1 biggest moment of 2025, the DeepSeek breakthrough. A Chinese company built a reasoning model that matched OpenAI's absolute best, but they did it for a tiny fraction of the cost. We're talking $6 million versus an estimated $100 million.
Mark Andreessen nailed it when he called this AI's Sputnik moment. It completely redrew the geopolitical and economic map of AI literally overnight.
So, with the ground shifting under our feet like this, what tools should you actually be using right now? Okay, let's get practical. This is the winner's toolkit. No fluff, no marketing speak, just the #1 tool for every major job you need to do.
Okay, here's the cheat sheet. For your general, all-purpose AI, it's got to be Claude. The nuance in its writing and its ability to handle complex reasoning is just unmatched right now. For pro-level coding, it's Cursor, hands down. It's the IDE with the $9 billion valuation for a reason. It's like having a senior developer paired with you 24/7. For images, ChatGPT Images gives you the best mix of speed and quality, all in one place. And for research, you have got to check out Google's Notebook. It's amazing for making sense of your own documents and finding connections you would have missed.
But listen, there's one tool that I believe is the most important of them all, and it's the one that most people aren't even talking about yet. My surprise pick is something called Claude Computer Use. This is an AI that can literally take control of your computer's mouse and keyboard. Right now, it's still in the developer stage, but this is the crucial bridge. It's the link between a simple AI assistant that just answers your questions and a true AI agent that actually does things for you. This right here is a preview of the very near future. So, where does all this leave us? It's a lot, I know. So let's look forward. This is your playbook for 2026, what's coming down the pipe, and more importantly, how you can actually prepare for it.
Okay, here are my top 3 predictions. First, agentic browsers. Browsers that don't just find information but can actually take actions for you across different websites. They're going to become the new normal. Second, the vast majority of entry-level digital grunt work, data entry, scheduling, all that stuff, is going to be automated. And third, and this is my contrarian take, the highest paid people in this new era won't actually be the AI experts. They'll be something else entirely.
So, what skills are really going to matter? Well, #1 is what I call AI orchestration. This is way beyond just writing prompts. It's about being the conductor of a whole orchestra of different AI tools to get complex projects done. #2 is systems thinking. It's about having the judgment to figure out which problems are actually worth solving with all this new power. And #3, the skills that can never be replaced, human skills. We're talking leadership, negotiation, communication. These are the things AI can't do, but it can amplify them like crazy.
Look, 2025 was the year AI stopped being a what if. It landed in our offices, our factories, and our daily routines. This change is moving faster and faster, and the gap between people who get this technology and people who don't, it's not a gap anymore, it's a canyon. So the only real question